to me in particularly, this event right here, this unfortunate event that we're all struggling with individually, this reinforces the importance of living on your own terms. We talked about what Travis was doing up until his last day. We talked about the impact that he had on people, the service that he was providing to his friends, his community, his family. Someone who was brave enough to leave a job that maybe was deemed as acceptable from society. This kid was an engineer. He was making the steps to live life on his own terms. So again, to me, this reinforces the importance of that, and I just want to see what you guys might have to come up with in that regard.
Man, you can say so many things about that. And yes, his conviction to do things and to accomplish things was just phenomenal. Ryan was saying before, it's like he knew it was happening when it was happening. He just said, okay, this is what I'm doing, and just did it. And there's nothing stopping him. And it was funny when you say that, really nothing stopping him. I remember NNL Worlds a few years ago, he fell early and he was just like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm going over to the gym that's 30 minutes away from here and I'm gonna go train. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute, you're just done? You're like, no, I gotta go get better, I gotta go do these things, this is what I fell on, bam. And I mean, within minutes, he's leaving a venue of a world championship, didn't do what he wanted to do, and he's already training 30 minutes
That's right
down the street, crushing it, getting stronger. I mean, it was just unbelievable. And his just conviction to say, I'm leaving this venue immediately, did not care, did not matter, this is what I'm doing, and this is what's about to happen. And it was just amazing.
Can I just add to that character? This is what made it so fun to interact with Travi training in the house, because anytime I pointed out a flaw, Emilio was like up in fire and like, okay, now we have to do it. You know what I mean? It's like immediately. It's just like I remember.
It was that way though. That's how it was every time I was over here.
I was like, dude, you don't.
He's like, all right, we gotta figure it out.
I was like, you don't got it, bro. That's not it. And he'd be like, all right, we gotta train. And that was always the game plan. Like it wasn't, it just wasn't about Worlds. It was like all the time, right?
It's the journey too. He was all about the journey. If you ever watch people when they train, they're like only showing like the ending goal, but he was all about the journey to that ending goal. Anything he did. So I mean, he showed it. He showed how he got there and the work he had to put in to get there. And that's going to really lead into those kids to be the best they're going to be because of him. No matter who trains them from now on, I know that's going to live within them in so many ways because that's something he did. He pushed it and he made people believe in themselves too, even the children that didn't have the skill level that some of the other kids did. It's funny, the Quest kids have been around for a while, so they've been extremely strong. And there's some kids in some groups that kind of were some of the younger kids and they weren't catching up as fast, but as soon as Travis got a hold of them and showed them what they can do and gave them the understanding of how to move the way they needed to move to be the best ninja, he was able to express himself perfectly to his children so they can get it. And man, and all those kids are, I can't even say how much better they are. They're not even the same realm of what they were before and after meeting Travis. So
just to put a number on it, weren't all his kids like 4 out of 3 or 3 out of 4 were like podium winners in the last?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
So it's pretty much, and they consistently get better day by day.
Yeah, they're amazing.
And I know they're all gonna have a huge void to fill with him, and I know that's something a lot of people are gonna have to start thinking about for their kids. And I've spoken to some of the parents, and right now they're all just trying to get over the fact of losing him and understanding this is one of the best men they're ever gonna meet, best coaches, like I said before, as just a great gentleman, a great man to look up to on who he was and his attributes and how he portrayed himself and how he was able to be him all the time. You got Travis, 100% Travis. He didn't get anything else. And to get that in life these days, it's one of the hardest things. I try and I struggle with that more than almost anything is when I am with people is to get their 100, to get all of them and not any of the bullshit that comes with it. And that's our world now. So to find somebody that pure and that was just him, oh man, what a blessing in itself.
I have a excerpt from one of Travis's 2020 Instagram posts, and I think it's very relevant to that conversation on that point specifically about training the kids, guiding them, forcing them to raise to his standard. And it says, "It's funny how often these decision curves present themselves. It's daily if you pay any attention. Do you put up a daily fight though? Because it's easier to think about next week, month, year, but that turns into next life, and we leave our potential for the next generation to fulfill. I'm not going to make it so easy for them. The bar will be left high when I die, and it'll be that much better for those that rise above." So he already knew what his impact was. He already knew that the orchestration of his life and the way that he executed was raising the standard as he moved. He took the standard with him and raised the bar with his being as he conducted himself. So to have somebody like this in your life and to start to compare your life to his life and your movements to his movements and how you navigate and orchestrate your life and compare it to his, there's something that you could take away no matter who you are. There is a takeaway, and you should light your ass on fire because you're not gonna try to beat him in the race. He's already too checked in with himself. He's already too coordinated with himself. You know, if he's adding anything to its life to his life, it's gonna compound everything else that he's doing. You know, like Coop said before, learning about Travis with the B-boy, the mixed martial arts at a young age, everything from him being an engineer, personal trainer. He's in the Ninja Warrior stuff. He's into whatever he's into too. He can completely dissect, analyze, and then regurgitate in a way that's digestible for any other person. Like, honestly, he is a crazy individual in terms of the people that you meet on a day-to-day basis. You don't meet someone that has that type of energy, that type of awareness, and that type of execution, and this word keeps coming up, but conviction. He is just, whether it was blind conviction or whether it was conscious conviction, he had it, and he was doing it, and he did it, and that was him, you know?